Hey! First of all, I'd like to start off by apologising to all of my 3 subscribers. As you may or may not be aware of, I went to China about 2 or 3 weeks ago to visit my brother. It was amazing. Whilst in China, I went all through Beijing, Shanghai. My brother is actually staying in Hangzhou, or I think that's how you pronounce it, which kind of sounds like Hangzhou, which is a bit weird. But yeah, we stayed in there with, we stayed in his flat with some of his housemates. We all sort of crammed in together, me, my mum and dad, into this, like, I don't know, 3-bedroom flat. It did mean that we didn't have to pay any accommodation whilst we were there, which was quite good. We also had a lot of extra money to spend due to a big mess up of British Airways. It turned out that British Airways had actually overbooked the flight. This meant that they were offering seats for the flight tomorrow. If we give up our seats, I think it's like £511 just to fly the next day. I mean, we were in no hurry to get to China, so an extra 500 quid to fly tomorrow was not really an inconvenience to us at all. It also meant they put us in a 4-star hotel room. I think I got a picture of the bed and bits and bobs in the room here. Anyway, once we'd settled there, we sort of explored China, explored Chinese culture, just see what everything was different, and it's crazy. It's just so much different. Like, the traffic over there, like, is just an insane place to be. Obviously, whilst in China, we went to see Chairman Mao, the guy, this Chinese leader guy, that's dead in a box sort of thing, and you can go and see him, and there's armed guards and stuff. Yeah, we queued up for like an hour and a half for that. It was alright. It was kind of good. It was free, so it was good. But if you do go to China, it's not the best thing there to see. The best thing to see there, though, is the Great Wall of China, which was absolutely awesome. This wall was just unbelievable. We got a coach journey there, which is pretty good. It was just like a normal sort of coach journey. My dad, my mum, my brother and I, we all arrived at the wall. My brother had been before, obviously being in China, he's obviously done the travelling as well. He actually ran the Great Wall, not the whole of it. It's a marathon that they do, and I think you run something like 8 miles of the wall, which is like pretty impressive marathon. I think it's like one of, if not the hardest marathons to do in the world, which is a pretty good achievement. Anyway, whilst being along this wall, you just sort of walk along, there's lots of tourists taking photos, people selling stuff overpriced. Typical sort of tourist destination. But the best bit was at the end. Once you'd finished on the wall, you actually got to go on this sort of, I can't really describe it. We don't really have anything over here like this. It's basically like this cart you sit on, and you just sort of go. You just sort of push this lever down. And I don't know how fast you're going. It feels like you're going like, I don't know, 40 miles an hour, but probably on the video it looks like 20 miles an hour. But you've never had anything like this in England. It's unreal. You're just, oh, anyway. Whilst going down here, the guy on the video is telling me to slow down, slow down, slow down. And like, my dad's behind me and literally just crashes right into me. Doesn't like brake at all. It hurt a little bit, but it was more funny than painful. But yeah, this is like a must do if you go to the Great Wall. Definitely cart down. It was crazy, amazing. Another must-do whilst in China is going to Beijing to try Beijing duck. Now, it doesn't really sound like much, but if you like duck and all this sort of, I don't know, food I suppose, it is amazing. Like, it's the best duck ever. Like, obviously Beijing duck is known throughout the world to be amazing. Yeah, it is. We went to this sort of pretty decent restaurant and had some Beijing duck. Yeah, recommend it, it's pretty good. Shanghai is another great place that you must see whilst going to China. The clothes over there, the wallets, everything over there is just like new, and it's just, I picked up lots of different stuff whilst over there, so another place to go if you ever do happen to go to China. Well, this is really annoying. We went to a restaurant over there, just a sort of typical restaurant you go to in a city, not expecting it to be that expensive. I bought 1 Coke, right? Now in China everything's quite cheap, like drinks, food, you can get everything, you can get a decent meal for about £2.50, which is really, really cheap. In this restaurant in the centre of Shanghai, I bought a Coke, just 1 Coke, in this restaurant. It cost me something like, I don't know, 5 kwai. It was actually about 50 kwai, which is about £5. And it worked out that I could have got something like 15 Cokes in the market for this one Coke. So, I don't know, it's a bit unreasonable. Well, it's very unreasonable, it's pretty crazy prices. Anyway, I'm sort of dragging on now. That comes to the end of my video about China. Hope you enjoyed it. And my next couple of videos, I've got quite a few bits and bobs to tell you about. I was actually in the Bath Chronicle, yeah, and got these other different bits and bobs to tell you about. I've got 2 or 3 more videos to do, so if you like them, please leave your comments below and what everyone else does. You know, thanks. Cheers.